Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Victoria 2. Yes, well. So, between last episode and this episode, I took the liberty of upgrading every railroad possible in Africa again. I didn't actually do those, I think it's just the capitalists working their magic. Nationality, neat. I didn't even know this map mode existed. Good to know, good to know. Population density. You don't get any redder than Alexandria does. It is the grand city. Neat. I should probably stop exploiting map modes now. So, first things first, we need to choose a new technology. And I think we're going to go with semi-automation. Or I cannot speak. Semi-automatization. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Terribly sorry. Sometimes you can't just do... Sometimes my brain just is like, nope, I don't want to talk. Well, too bad, brain, we're talking now. So the reason I'm doing that is because if factory thought put tech plus 10%, meaning 10% more industry. Before we get anywhere else, by the way, I also have a ridiculously large loan now. It's probably going to get bigger in the next couple of days. Yeah. Take a loan of another $4 grand. Yeah, I'll take it. Jeez, I'm paying $207 in interest. That's fine. That's fine, yeah. It's completely related to my national stockpile. Something about it having to buy all the timber on the planet to make railroads. How much does it actually cost to expand a railroad? Yeah, 100 timber for railroad level 1. I think it's 200 for railroad level 2, in fact. I don't know, 100. Here we go. 100, yeah, okay, so it's just 100. So 100 times the number of provinces in Africa, you start to realize just how much timber I'm actually going to be consuming off the world market. Anyway, you'll notice the amount of loans I've taken is very specific to the amount of money in my national bank. That is to say that, when you take a debt on, for the very rare reason that any player ever should, in this case, seriously, massive infrastructure upgrades, it's understandable. You really want to try and avoid taking from other banks than your own, because when you take a loan from your bank, you're paying interest into the bank, which the capitalists will use to invest into factories and stuff, and you're effectively investing back into your economy. So when you take loans from other banks, you are sending money out of the country to go do other things. So if you do take a loan, and sometimes you just have to take a loan, then it happens. Some scenarios require it, and there's no way around it. The best thing to do is always make sure, never take more than you can pay back. I have an incredibly strong economy, and I can take pretty large loans without too many repercussions. There we go, drop 40 off my interest. Holy hell, what the hell am I... Oh my god, I'm spending 200 on the Clipper shipyard in Ankara region. This is why I didn't want to build Clippers. Wait, I know where Ankara is. I can just go find it. Can't view the factories in there either now, can I? That's a problem. Aleppo, Algiers, Ankara. I don't appear to be subsidizing it. Or is that just me paying for stuff to upgrade the factory with? I think that's just me paying for stuff to upgrade factories with. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Oop, upper house assembled. The anarcho-liberals, now that they've been enabled, I totally forgot to do that. 4 strata, all pops, and Well, that's a toughie. I'll just take 20% overall. It's probably better. Abyssinia. Yeah, I don't need a humiliate casus belli. If it was gain territory, maybe, but a humiliate casus belli is pretty pointless. Seriously. Some more mechanized mining. That's always useful. So, this is going to be going up on Monday. Wednesday night, I'm going to be going to a hotel. I know it's a great way to open with sounding really creepy, but... and that will be the last contact any one of you guys will have with me for a week. Because I will be leaving for Cuba at some god early hour in the morning. Flights at like, I don't know, 5 a.m., so... yeah, and I'm gonna be gone for a week. My brother is getting married, you see, and by the factor of he being my brother, I feel obligated to attend. I mean, how much of a jerk would I be if I didn't go to my brother's wedding? I would not want to be that big a jerk. Yeah, pretty much that, so... Well, all the nationalist movements have just gone belly up, I guess, would be the proper term for that. Yeah, pretty much. 40% of the population's become socialist. Jeez. So yeah, all the nationalist movements have finally gone belly up. I was wondering how long that was going to take. Oh no, wait, that's take loan. I don't want to take loan, I want to repay loan. The whip cracks out of love. The trustee system was a correction system ordered in the U.S. state of Mississippi, but also played out blah 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 blah. Record. We're allowed to police other prison inmates in a strict pseudo-military hierarchy. Some inmates deemed especially trustworthy, even being allowed to carry firearms for profit, convict laborers, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Ports of there's all the rage. That does sound all rather quite dreary. And rather quite insane. Okay, so let's repay that. Good. Most of our loans are already repaid. Diplomatic influence in India change getting cut down. So declare war on India. News reaches from India that local ruling elites have thrown our ambassador out of the country, and their troops are laying siege to our embassy with apparent intent to enforce that decision. By Jingo, perhaps we should let the Indian dragon sleep. Yeah, I'd say we're going to war with India. Huh. I actually wasn't expecting to do this episode, but... yeah. At war with Wu. Interesting. Seriously, I was not expecting this. But apparently... the ruling elites have decided that, you know... Good news. You're gonna go kick Wu's ass for me. Employ one of the Chinese states to kill the other. Alright, I still have a little more of a loan than that. I'm just trying to repay the last of it before the war really heats up and I actually have to start spending money on stuff. Even though I'm only losing like 24 to it, that's fine. Done. No more loan. It's the end of the loans. Carolingia has gone to war with Holstein. Well, we all know how that's going. I'm not even going to bother looking at that because, well, seriously, you all know how that's going. I'm more worried about... that's really the fastest way, huh? Alright. India. Well, they're not going to get far, but... Yeah, they're not gonna get far. Might manage to occupy just the first layer of provinces here, which is completely irrelevant, really. And I really need to upgrade the infrastructure in these regions. What? Oh, my general died. We completely destroyed India. Pskovian nationalists have enforced demands in Kurland to release Pskov. Alright. Sure. Sure, let's go with that. That's Pskov now. Oh, I love paradox games sometimes. And by sometimes I mean all the time. And more mechanized mining, always useful. Yeah, I don't need any of my other allies, I'm pretty sure I'm okay. Zaya on their own should be able to handle Wu. Well, Sino-Cyber is my ally. I don't really want to put any possible religious, or not religious, but you know, tensions on them. They have well earned themselves, you know, a time of rest. But yeah, I definitely need to start reforming the friggin' army into less chaotic mess. Would be the best way I can put it at this point. Seriously, this army is a mess. Victoria 2 is actually my least played game out of any Paradox game. And it's actually my least favorite. I think I've gone over this a couple times. For those of you who I'm sure have heard me give this speech before, you know, I apologize, but the reason just happens to be, even though it's one of the most popular ones, is because I feel like this game is centered around the economics. You know, that's a fair assessment. And, you know, it's not necessarily big on war. I mean, you can declare very few wars, because there's a tight infamy limit. It's also about the politics, the politics are done masterfully and beautifully, and I love them. But the economy system is the problem. It feels really decentralized and like you don't have very much control in it. Even as a communist country, you have a very limited control. Like, through embargo processing, controlling the artisans, etc., etc. You really have very limited control, I feel. Man, what the hell am I going to research? For the sake of everything, I need guards, because I want these before I reform my army. India is still using irregulars, I'm pretty sure, so this is quite much so a walk in the park. They will be added to my sphere of influence, whether they like it or not, and they will remain as such. I agree. Protectionism. Alright, so we're at 9%, and we need, what is that, 50%, I guess? Yeah, it's 50, okay. I mean, if Zaya wants, like, to claim something from Wu... Oh, shoot, Wu's doing some hella damage there. Oh, yeah, maybe. You see, when they get to be, like, a great power, they questionably, you know... Wait, why is the relationship going down? Valid casus belli. Increase relations. Always gonna be doing that. I don't know if they have a casus belli on me, or it's because I have a casus belli on them, or belli, or however you want to pronounce it, I don't care. Not particularly sure the exacts of that, but good to know that that's gonna strain relations. Since I, at least personally, have absolutely no problem having casus belli on people that I have absolutely no intention of using. And there are no gods. So, how's the, fight the disease with all available means? Yeah. Treasury minus 65,000. Small price to pay. Holstein goes bankrupt. Something about soak it? Whoops, I clicked on that, but I didn't necessarily mean to. Based on the fact that there was gunshots, I want to say that it was something to do with a revolution. Wait, the communists? The Ethiopian Red Guard. I'm doing that meme face, from... I don't even know. What the fuck? Really? Well, I suppose I can't simply ignore them. It's going to be a minor nuisance, though. Really? I mean, they 6,000 rebels. Why? Really, why? You guys seriously have no idea how this sort of thing works? Like, this isn't even a revolt. This is 9,000 people. This is a minor riot. War is a fundamental evil that must be avoided, as we slaughter the Indians. Pretty remorselessly. Alright, well, I'll just use you guys then. Is that where they are? So. No, apparently they decided to withdraw. Probably wise. Probably quite wise of them. But anyway, I believe we have wars to get to. Oil pumping machinery. Even though oil can't even be invented until 1900. Who cares? I can get electric machinery too, even though I can't invent electricity yet. And I still get the bonuses for it, which is the hilarious part. At least I find that, you know, the hilarious part. So yeah, as I'd like to point out again, I'm going to be in Cuba for about a week. Good news, I have planned for this, and I will still be meeting my quota of a video a day. So there is no need to worry. I've been stockpiling a lot of CK2 footage, and I will be getting some of this up too. And doing my best for that. Oh, this is going quite well. 32.6. Literacy rate constantly increasing, I like that. Good. India is still completely uncivilized. Woo, acquire Hunan. Zaya is getting their ass beaten. Maybe. I don't want to, you know, risk straining my relations with Sino-Cyber, so they don't need to come into this. Get 'em. Decisive arguments for state capitalism, always. I love me my state capitalism. Yeah, besides, the people ideologies are, you know... Imperial faction, 34%, 0.24, and militarists, 34.19. Yeah, they get 71% of the popular vote that way. It's always going to be a conservative government, I tell ya. I don't even run a friggin'... Like, I run a pretty reformed democracy here. Just a bunch of people are conservatives somehow. Or vote conservatively. Oh wow, India's really starting to stockpile up quite the number of troops. I should probably bring in these guys. If I wasn't losing so many to attrition, this would probably be a little better. But, yes. War of Indian Submission. Well, looks like Wu beat the crap out of Zaya. That's alright. I'll get them back. Don't you worry. In time, though. In time. And, of course, they can just simply walk around. That's what you guys are going to be doing, then. I'm just slightly worried about the 79 stack that the Indians have. I know there are regulars and everything, but that's not to say that they aren't powerful. Like, even if I'm outnumbered, 4 or 5, or even, 8 to 1 or something, then that's actually rather quite risky for the, of combat, even against irregulars. I mean, I'll cause them a bajillion casualties, but I still risk loss. So I'm going to gather them and them up, and we're going to chase them down and clear them out. These guys are going to retreat, or chasing the Indians there. Yeah, 39 should be enough. Especially with attack plus 2. Do I have anyone who's better at attack? Attack plus 1, attack minus 2, attack plus 5. Definitely you. Help feed the local poor, keep the militancy down. It's always important. Wow, I got the army just got smacked by attrition there. Another 10%. I can barely move here. It's actually quite rough. Drying techniques, sure. Trying to go on an offensive into India is ridiculous. Good God. Production impact. Don't think I'm ready to build that quite yet. 270%. I blame jingoism. Or, no, it's not jingoism. What does anti-military do? Supply consumption reductions, that's excellent. I don't want to put the merchant faction in power, but as a factor of my biggest problems with wars, I will put the socialists in power. Their anti-military policy will mean the reduction to supply consumption and, generally speaking, less attrition. These guys don't even friggin' face attrition. Cheating beeps. Seriously. Friggin' irregulars, they don't have to worry about attrition at all. Well, we've got a border there, that's good. Need to bring a couple more troops in to solidify the border here. And damn, we're getting a lot of money built up. This is always good. And we almost have breech-loaded rifles. Doesn't that give us, yeah, armies plus attack. That'll be useful. Union investing. Yeah, they have to stop infringing on organizational freedoms, especially considering the civic faction is currently in power. But yeah, I think it's going to do it for this episode. I've got 3 more episodes to record to go up in during my absence. So, until next time, this is Galvin, signing off.